Accidents happen. Maybe you hold down the trigger for a little too long, and a civilian vessel takes a grazing shot. Sometimes you take a job that's a little less than legal. Sometimes you just really like shooting guards. Hey, I'm not here to judge. So you got yourself a Crimestat. Congratulations! You're about to enjoy yet another immersive experience of Star Citizen. Don't feel bad, it happens to the best of us. Right now, your name and crime is being spread throughout Stanton. You're wanted. Bounty hunters will be vying for the opportunity to take your life and get a reward in exchange. Not to mention, your armistice status for stations and planetary capitals is now revoked. That means no changing ships, no buying weapons and gear, and definitely no smoothies. Game. So what happens next? Well, should you be killed within a policed sector of Stanton under the ever-watchful eye of a communications satellite, you'll be regenerated in a brand new body. In prison. Klescher Rehabilitation Facility on Aberdeen, to be precise. Here you'll be given the opportunity to prove that you're a reformed member of society by either waiting out your sentence or mining in the tunnels to buy your early release. Should you, however, kick the bucket outside of civilized space or anywhere that currently isn't under the umbrella of a communications satellite, you'll awaken in Grimhex, a cozy little dive nestled away in a station, built into an asteroid, usually inhabited by hollowed-eyed criminals and lazy bounty hunters. We'll get to that later. But if you're here, watching this video, you probably aren't the type to just lay down and die. You refuse to let the guards or some errant flyboy in a gladius to take you out. No, you're a fighter, a survivor, and determined to beat these obviously false and trumped up charges. Well, let's get to it. Star Citizens, let's hack away your Crimestat. Now if you're at this very moment laying low, screaming your way between planets, or chilling at Grimhex, this first part is gonna seem pretty useless. However, I'd be doing you and myself a disservice if I didn't start at the most important part, preparation. The primary item you'll need to remove your Crimestat and secure your sweet freedom from the ever-looming threat of incarceration is a Cryptokey. At this point in time, that is a tiger claw. Think of it as a USB stick with malware on it. This cheeky little device is completely, 100% legal to purchase and carry. Currently I've found them at Cubby Blast in Area 18 in ArcCorp, Factory Line in New Babbage on Microtech, and Tectonic in Grimhex, located near Yeller and Crusader, though this location only lets you purchase them off the shelf one at a time. Grimhex is a last resort location for this purchase, should you not be properly prepared or find yourself regenerated here. Our first step is to buy a decent number of these hacking implements. My advice, a minimum of 20. They're just shy of 1,000 credits each, but assuming you followed my guide on making easy money, this won't be a problem. I'll leave a link to that video in the description below. Along with these hacking tools, get your hands on a few guns and a reasonable amount of ammunition and meds when making emergency stashes. In an effort to reduce the likelihood that we're going to need to go to Grimhex, we're going to squirrel away a handful of tiger claws and a weapon, ammunition and meds at locations that we'll be able to access without being fired upon by the local security forces. It's bad enough you've got players drooling over the warrant for your execution. The last thing we need is to get taken down by a button-pushing AI. First of all, Microtech. New Babbage is amazing. There's a landing pad near the commons area of the city, easily picked out by the cluster of glass domes. Right here. There are no turret defenses here, so even though you do not have armistice, you can still access your local storage while landed on the pad. Not to mention you can repair, refuel, and resupply ammunition should you have the need. So here's where we'll be stashing our emergency kit, assuming you don't have Microtech set as a storage location already. Split 5 or a quarter of however many you bought Tiger Claws and store them here, not to mention a share of the other items, being a weapon and such. Our next stop is ArcCorp. On the moon of Lyria, pick out one of the mining facilities. Whichever one you choose, remember it. Write it down, screenshot it. Do whatever you need to do to not forget it. Land on one of the pads, repeat the process we completed in New Babbage. You get the gist. After that is Hurston. On Hurston proper, pick a mining facility. Again, remember this location. Deposit our Tiger Claws and emergency supplies. Lastly, we're on to Crusader. Now this stop-off isn't necessary, as Grimhex sells all the things you'd need, and you can go there without AI security forces. But as I said before, This is where you'll find player bounty hunters like to congregate, waiting for unfortunate souls that have wound up on the wrong side of the law. So instead, I like to keep a stash on Daymar, just close enough that a player that has taken my bounty will see I'm in the system and usually wait for me to come to Grimhex. This lazy farmer attitude tends to give me just enough time to collect Tiger Claw, then quantum out of the system. So, that's our preparation stage over. Let's move on to the real work. So things have gone sideways. You've killed a guard, accidentally fired upon a friendly ship. Hell, maybe you finally got fed up with that one player that kept trying to dogfight, and you finally took them out and they did the sulky dance and pressed charges. Either way, you've got a Crimestat. Now, you can take your licks like a good little citizen, do your time, or you can weasel your way out. If you set up one of those little stashes, go get that. If you didn't, we're going to Grimhex. Grimhex is what happens to a station that doesn't comply with the Homeowners Association guidelines. It has fallen into disrepair, ill repute, and sits outside the watchful eye of Johnny Law. Don't get me wrong, I love the vibe. They have a rad collection of armors and you can buy the railgun here. Assuming you aren't slapped out of the void by an eager bounty hunter on your arrival, dock at Grim and make your way inside. Head to Tectonic and purchase yourself a Tiger Claw or two. My advice, store it in your armor compartment. I've had this thing just vanish from the equip slot too many times to count, and there's nothing worse than getting to the final stage of this process and finding your hacking key gone. Once you've purchased the key and any weapons and ammo you might need, head back to your ship and depart. Within Stanton, each system has a security location at which you may access the criminal database. In Microtech, it's the Security Center DDV-6 on the planet itself. In Hurston, it's Security Depot Hurston-1 on Hurston. In ArcCorp, it's Security Depot Lyria 1 on Lyria, and in the Crusader system, it's the Security Post Cadia in Sellen's orbit. Though I don't personally recommend this one, as the approach can be a little riskier and it's within spitting distance of Grimhex. Should you take my advice, head to one of the 3 security locations and make landfall. Land outside the 2-kilometer radius and make your way on foot, or if you're super prepared, a land vehicle. Please note that hoverbikes still ping security as a ship and you will get lit up. A note here, powering down your ship entirely will reduce the chances of it popping up on a player's scanner should they be on your trail. Now the argument could be made to just destroy these turrets and head inside, and you could. But I like to think of those turrets as a nice early warning system for you should a bounty hunter come within the vicinity. Heading down into the security facility, prepare yourself to do some more killing. More often than not, the guards stationed within won't take kindly to a criminal trespassing. Kill these guards and head deeper into the facility. The terminal you're looking for is in the area just outside the server room. Equip the Tiger Claw and insert it into this port. Select passkey authorization and the hack will begin. Doing this will send a mission out to the rest of the system, allowing players to take it and prevent the intrusion, i.e. kill you and press abort, so this will require a bit of vigilance on your part. What follows next is a bit of a waiting game, as the system is infiltrated, sporadically pausing and displaying a prompt on the display. You'll have an allotted amount of time to select continue or the hack will fail. Keep an ear out for those turrets just in case you have an unwelcome guest. Once this process is completed, a system access granted screen will be displayed. Press exit Cryptokey, the files will load, and all of your recent crimes will be laid bare before you. Begin selecting dismiss and entering a reason for dismissal. The reasons are really just flavor text at this point, but feel free to have fun with it. I like to pretend it's a medical issue, and the only reason I killed all of those guards is because I'm allergic to stupid. Once all of your crimes have been deleted, you can exit the database and make your way out of the facility, free to once again roam without fear of bounty hunters. And there you have it, citizens. A little bit of preparation can go a long way in getting this whole mess sorted out. Lickety split. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, found some useful information in there. If you did, please drop a like, it really helps the channel, and I will catch you guys out in the verse next time.